Good morning, grade 10s. How are you? I hope that some of you will join me in a hangout because it's been pretty lonely. But just reminds me of lunchtime. So let's get down to business, shall we? All right. So if you are in block B, you are on page 141 to 146. If you're in block D, this is pages 120. I don't remember. You are 126 to 131. All right, that's what we're covering today. Now, let's get down to business, shall we? Slope. That's what we've been talking about yesterday. Now, slope, we already know, is a couple of things. One, it's the rise divided by the run. And we remember rise is the up and down change divided by the horizontal change. Slope is also the letter M if we have y equals mx plus b, which is what we worked on yesterday. So those are all the things slope is. So let's take a time here and we're going to draw these 4 lines with different colors on different sections of our graph. Now, the black one is going to be 2/5. Now that's in a fraction. Rise over run, right? Now, all of you do this, even though I'm not going to be able to know if you did this or not. Everybody take your pen and in this section right here, put it on any point in there. You choose. Take a second. I'm going to put mine right there. You've put yours anywhere. Now, 2/5. The top number is the rise. So since it's positive, I'm going to go up 1, 2. The bottom number is the run. That's side to side. Since it's positive, I'm going to go right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now there is my line. Now, I'm going to use a completely different color, like light green. Let's say you chose this dot, and I told you I wanted E to be in this section. So rise of 2, 1, 2, and a run of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that would have taken me out of the section. So I just reverse it. Down 1, 2, negative 2, rise, and run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there, 2 negatives make a positive. There is my same slope line. It doesn't matter where you start. Okay? So let's put F over here. Choose a point to start. Doesn't matter where it is. I'm going to start there. And I want F completely in this section. So since it's negative 4 over 1. Negative 4 rise should mean I would have to go downwards, but I don't want you to go out of this section. So I'm going to change that to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. But now, since that's positive 4, now I need a negative. So I'm going to move that way to get my negative 1. And there's my line. Oops, there's my line. G, 0. Well, that means that is 0 over 1, right? So choose a point. Rise 0. Well, I can't go up and I can't go down. My run is 1. So it's a flat line. Could I have run all the way out to here? Could I have run 7? Of course I could have, because I still have a 0 rise. And H, I want down in this section. So it's 7. That's 7 over 1. Now, if I put my first dot there and I go up 7, I'm going to go out of my section, yes? So I better go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I negative 7. And then I better go this way, negative 1. Negative and negative makes a positive. So there's my line. Now you will notice that all of these slopes end up making triangles with a rise and a run. So let's look at this one. Here's my graph. There is point A, which I'll use a red dot for, and there is point B, which I'll use a blue dot for. A is -5, -3. I'm going to zoom in on this because it will make it easier for you guys. I'm going to zoom in even more. There we go. Now I'm happy. Oops. -5, -3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -3, 1, 2, 3. There is A. D, 1, 2, 1. There is B. Now, when I connect them, I'll use purple, of course, because red and blue makes purple. Now, you're smart kids. That makes our triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Positive 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Positive 7. So this slope is 4 over 7. Now let's go over to this guy. Let's call him C. No. C and D. So C, red at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, -4. Right? I'm going to erase this one. And the yellow one at 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And of course, orange to connect them. And you can see I went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 over 0. Hey, wait a minute. I can't divide by 0, so this is undefined. And I remember that it is undefined because if you tried to snowboard down that, that's not a slope. That is a fall. Oh, I left my snowboard up there. It was so scary. Alrighty. So let's get our view back down to something normal. And let's turn the page over. Now, you are smart kids. Notice here, I didn't give you a graph, right? But look. Remember this one. See if I can get it. No, it's not going to come out. Remember this one. I was out here at -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 3, and at 2, 1, right? There's my up and my rise and my run. Now, you're smart kids. Up and down is rise, right? So this guy was 1 up and down. And here was -5 or -3. So I went down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I had 1, right? Minus -3. The difference in my y's, because the y's is where I measure a rise. And then the run, I had 2 minus -5, because that's the difference here. So rise over run is also the change in y divided by the change in x, that is a symbol that means, it's called delta, and it means change. So what math tells me the difference between two numbers? It's y, one y minus another y, over 1x minus another x. Now, in math, if I do y minus y, I just get 0. So I can't call it just y. I call it y2 and y1 and x2 and x1. Now, who is the boss of math? You're the boss of math. So you get to choose. So how does that help us? Well, let's look at this question right here. What do you see right there? That's an x. That's a y. What do you see right there? That's another x. That's another y. So you, being the boss of math, get to decide which is which. If you say that is x1, then what does that make that guy? That would make him y1. If that's x1 and y1, then this must be x2 and y2. And we remember that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 also gets me my slope. Well, there is y2. 1 minus y1 is right there. Minus 7 over x2, negative 6, minus x1. 2. Negative, or 1 minus 7, negative 6, negative 6 minus 2, negative 8. 2 negatives make a positive, 6 over 8. Simplify that, 3/4. Now some of you will say, oh, Myers, whatever. I didn't want to label them that way. Okay, you maybe, kid, decided to go with this being x2 and y2, and this being x1 and y1. So for you, you would have gone 7 minus 1 over 2 minus negative 6. And you would have gotten 7 minus 1 is 6, 2 minus 6 is 8, 6 over 8 is 3/4, and see, you end up with the same answer as long as you choose them properly. So on this one, you decide what's x1 and y1 and what's x2 and y2. No matter what you decide, it's going to work. I'm going to make. If you label it, you cannot do it wrong. First x I see, x1. First y I see, y1. Second x, x2, y2. Now you just fill in the formula. y2 goes first. y2 is a 15 minus y1. y1 is a 4 over x2, negative 5 minus negative 1. 15 minus 4 is 11. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 4. And there's your answer. Now, if you're going to find the slope of each line, all you got to do is check the rise over run. But look, this line here doesn't end perfectly. So I can't use these two ends. But look, right there, it's on a perfect spot, right? And then again, it happens right there. So I can just go from that point to that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went up, so that's positive 7. 1, 2. I went left, so that's negative 2. So this slope is 7 over negative 2. Or negative 7 over 2, or negative 7/2. Sometimes it even gets written horizontally, like that. Those are all the same thing. So let's look at B. can I start? Where can I start? Could I start right there? Sure. Then I would go up and over. Now you can see that that looks like it might work okay there, right? But you should try and pick points as far apart as possible. So I'm going to try, I think maybe that one works a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Positive 5 because I went up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Positive 11 because I went to the right. So that is 5 elevenths. Now what if I'd gone the other way? Which I'll use a different shade of blue for. Okay. Negative 5. And then negative 11. Negative 5 over negative 11 is still 5 over 11. Vertical line, of course, has what slope? Undefined. Because it's not a slope, it's a cliff. I can't ski down that. And this, of course, is 0. Because it also isn't a slope. If I was trying to snowboard there, of course, I'd have to do that idiot snowboard thing where you go hop, 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 because you can't ski it. So let's draw a triangle where all 3 sides have a positive slope. Well, it seems a little difficult. So let's try. If they have a positive slope, that means they have to go up and right. Or they have to go down and left. So if I start with any point on here, and I do a positive line, okay, well that's easy. Up and right. Up and right. Done. Okay, now I need to do another line. Still got to be positive. All right, so let's go up and right. So there's my first one. Up, 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 right, positive, positive. My second line, right there. Up, 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 positive, then, oops, then that way. Positive. And then my last line, green. Down, 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 down. Negative. Left, 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 left. Negative. 2 negatives make a positive, and I'm able to do it. All right, so let's do some math now. X and Y intercepts. We've talked about X and Y intercepts. Every single x-intercept is x, 0. Every single y-intercept is 0, y. That is an x value. That is a y value. That is an x value. That is a y value. What do you see there and there? I see x's and y's. So all we do is we take these numbers and we put them in there. So the x-intercept will be a black dot. X is x. 3x minus 2. Y is 0. Plus 8 equals 0. 3x, what's 2 times 0 is 0. So 3x, that's gone. Plus 8 equals 0. 3x equals negative 8. X equals negative 8 over 3. So that x, because x equals negative 8 over 3, is negative 8 over 3, 0. Now I'm not going to put that on the graph right now because it's got a fraction. Sorry, my dog's going crazy in the backyard. I got to see what's up. What? Oh, the doggo going down the trail. Huh? It was. It was a German Shepherd. Coop's favorites. Hey, Cooper. Go see Mom. All right. Now, you guys are smart kids. In blue, I'm going to bring the blue numbers in here now. I'm just going to slide this over a little because I should have. X is now 0. So 3 times 0 minus 2y, because y is y, plus 8 equals 0. 3 times 0 is 0. Negative 2y plus 8 equals 0. Negative 2y equals negative 8, because I bring that over. Y equals positive 4. There's a y, so that becomes 0, 4. Now I have 2 points I can put on the graph. Now there's a problem with this because 8/3 isn't pretty. So I could do this. 1, 2, 3, and make that 1, which means each square on the x-axis is worth 1/3, because see, 1, 2, 3 makes 1. So I need negative 8/3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is my first point. Now, if I'm going to do the same thing on the y, 1, 2, 3, well, I need to get all the way up to 4, which would be 12 of them, so I can't do it. So I'm going to make on the y's, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is my line. Now, there's a problem with this, because if I ask you to find this slope, most of you are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 over 8, and you're going to tell me the slope is 2. But it can't be 2, because I went up 4, but I went that way 8/3. So you have to be careful. The other thing you're allowed to do is this. Just guess at 8/3. 8/3 is 2 2/3. So 2 2/3 up to 4. You could have done that too. Your choice. I'm expecting to get some questions about that on the Hangout. All right, let's look at this one. This question can be done in 2 ways. One, you can do it on the graph, and I'm going to show you that first. Point A, which I'm going to use a red dot for, is at 2, 6. 1, 2, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Point B, which I'm going to do blue, we don't know where it is, but we know that it has an x value of negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here, somewhere on this line is where that blue dot has to be. I know I've got a slope of positive 2, which is 2 over 1. So that means if I go down 2, negative 2, and that way 1, that's a slope of positive 2. Negative 2, negative 1, right? So all I do is I keep going. Down 2, left 1, 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 and I hit it right there. So that is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. So on a graph, it's negative 4, negative 6. That's how you would do it with a graph. But you also could do it with algebra, because we know that ym, the slope, equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now look in there. Do I have an x? Oh yeah, there's x1, which makes that y1. There's x2, which makes that y2. And there is my m. Can I use that to fill in there? Of course I can. 2 equals y2 is y minus y1 is 6 over x2 negative 4 minus 2. 2 equals y minus 6 over negative 6. Now, you've seen this before many times. It's just cross multiplying. That's really over 1. Now just cross. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. 1 times y minus 6 is y minus 6. Now, get y by itself. Bring that over. Plus 6, negative 6 equals y, which we knew was the answer from doing it on the graph. Be able to do this in both ways. So here's number 7. It's the exact same question. So let's have a look. I have a blue dot at negative 1, 5, and a red dot over here. So the blue dot I can put on the graph, negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. Now the other one, the only thing I know is it's going to live somewhere on negative 4. So it has to be somewhere on this line. And I've got a slope of negative 3 halves. So that means negative 3 over 2. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. There's my negative, right 2. 1, 2, 3. There's my negative, right 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And there is my dot on that line. And I can see that that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see right there that x equals 5. So now I have the answer. But I'm also going to do it algebraically. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And again, there's an x1, there's a y1, there's an x2, there's a y2, and there's an m. So my m is negative 3 over 2. Could I put the negative down there? I could if I wanted to. That's fine. y2, negative 4 minus 5 over x minus 1. Negative 3 over 2 equals negative 4 minus 5 is negative 9. X plus 1, because minus 1 is plus 1. And then cross multiply. Negative 18 equals negative 3x minus 3. Add 3 to both sides. Negative 15 equals negative 3x. Divide both sides by negative 3. And x equals 5, which we already knew was going to be the right answer. And here's the third one of those questions. Actually, I'm going to do 4, and then you're going to be moving along on your own. Okay, so let's do this graphically. Red dot. Ooh, full-on crash. Red dot, blue dot. Blue dot is the one I can put on the graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, negative 5. The red dot is somewhere 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up there where y is 7. So my slope is 3, which is 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3, right 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 1. And there's my answer right there. X would have to be 4, because 4 is right there. Again, let's do it with algebra. M x2, y2, x1, y1. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Again, it is absolutely impossible if you write it out to do it wrong. M is 3 over 1. Y2 is negative 5 minus 7 over 0 minus x. So that is 3 over 1. Negative 5 minus 7 is negative 12 over 0 minus x. Of course, we cross. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times x is negative 3x equals negative 12. Divide both sides by negative 3, and x equals 4. Which we knew would be the right answer. And lastly, we'll do number 9. Red dot, blue dot. Blue dot at negative 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 2, right there. Red dot somewhere where x equals 2. Somewhere on that line. Got a slope of positive 5/2. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 2. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 2. Up 1, 2. Whoa! I went off the graph. Damn! I'm not going to be able to do this one with a graph, so I've got to do it with algebra. X1, y1, x2, y2, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Fill it in. 5 over 2, m equals negative 2 minus y over negative 3 minus 2. 5 over 2 equals negative 2 minus y over negative 5. 5 times then cross negative 25 equals negative 4 minus 2y. Add 4 to both sides. Negative 21 equals negative 2y. Divide both sides by negative 2, and y equals 10.5. Because sometimes you can't do it with just a graph. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's go to the work. I want you to do number 5. I want you to do number 13. You can do number 9 just on these graph papers right here. You don't need to go get your own graph paper. I want you to do 15. Don't have to do 16. I want you to do 17. I want you to do 23. This, yeah, you can do that one. And there's the answers for those. You guys are going to have a quiz very soon. You can see right here, a quiz is coming up, but first you have some independent practice, which is page 147. I think it's only 4 questions. Yeah, okay. So I want you to do, you also need to do page 147. And if you're in block B, it's due page 132. So you also have to do that. All right. And I will be having a hangout tomorrow. We will do a quiz that will be assigned on Friday. That will be due Sunday. Okay, everybody? Have good days.